Deadpool 2 was bigger, louder, and packed with even more insanity than the original Deadpool. Still, for as bombastic as the movie was, there were a surprising number of subtle references and obscure characters adapted for the big screen. From a lesson on box office history to quick nods to comic book continuity, here are small details you missed in Deadpool 2.
And I hope you're watching!
R-rated domination. In Deadpool 2, the Merc with a Mouth acknowledges the success of Deadpool by telling the audiences about the box office history of some of the highest-grossing R-rated movies. But that lesson wouldn't be complete without mentioning the highest-grossing R-rated movie in US box office history, The Passion of the Christ. The film earned an astonishing domestic gross of over $370 million. While Mel Gibson's biblical epic might never get toppled from its throne in terms of how much it made in America, it's a different story internationally. Deadpool managed to earn a staggering $783 million worldwide, making the violent superhero romp the highest-grossing R-rated international film of all time. Not bad for a character that once got beat up by Squirrel Girl. Pryor's Treats. X-Men continuity is generally a confusing mess spread through dozens of comic series, as well as decades of retcons and unusual, complicated familial revelations. Even within that knot of continuity, there's arguably no character with a more complicated family history than Cable. As the son of Scott Summers and a clone of Jean Grey named Madeline Pryor, Nathaniel Summers has been to the future, was infected with a techno-organic virus by a powerful supervillain, and even fled through time protecting a little girl that looks suspiciously like his own mother. In short, he's pretty complicated. While Deadpool 2 stays away from too many blatant Easter eggs involving Josh Brolin's Cable, there are quick references to his comic book roots. Immediately after most of the newly formed X-Force parachutes into a suburban neighborhood and meet their untimely demises, an ice cream truck can be seen with a logo reading Pryor's Treats, referring to Cable's biological mother, Madeline Pryor. House of M. Deadpool's no stranger to twisted timelines himself, as his dialogue in both Deadpool and Deadpool 2 would suggest.
Let us go talk to the professor.
McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
From metatextual knowledge of Professor Xavier's different actors to his blasé relationship with time travel, the Merc with a Mouth seems to take it all in stride. Still, maybe he should have been a little more worried about the banners that hung inside the Essex house that read M-Day is coming. Longtime comic readers might remember that M-Day is the in-universe term for when Scarlet Witch erases a mutant genome in House of M. M-Day goes down in Marvel history as a dark time for mutants, since the resulting wipe of the mutant race sticks around for years. The mutant population in the Marvel universe actually drops from tens of thousands all the way to just a couple hundred. For years, the mutant population slowly dwindles, right until a very important mutant baby is born. That mutant, Hope Summers, Cable's daughter. No wonder Cable's so grumpy in the movie if he's from such a grim future. Irene Merryweather. During Russell Collins' first fiery appearance in Deadpool 2, even the on-screen reporter is a supporting character who appeared in the comic series Cable and Deadpool. Like her movie counterpart, Irene Merryweather is a reporter, but the comics version of the character goes on a much wilder series of adventures than a quick movie appearance would suggest. She's been the chronicler of Cable's adventures, a writer for the Daily Bugle, an object of Deadpool's romantic affections, and the chief of staff on an entire island state. That's a heck of a resume. X-Men fan. While movie Deadpool can pretend to be too cool for Xavier's school, comic book Deadpool is a pretty big X-Men fan. Since Deadpool breaks the fourth wall more often than the Wrecking Crew breaks actual walls, this manifests in him referencing specific issue numbers when he gets excited in Deadpool 2. When Juggernaut appears, the Merc with a Mouth tells him how big a fan he is and names 3 Juggernaut-centric comic book issues: Uncanny X-Men issue 183, X-Men Unlimited issue 12, and Thor issue 411. Beyond just featuring the Juggernaut, all 3 issues have a thematic connection as well. Juggernaut taking down increasingly powerful enemies. In Uncanny X-Men issue 183, Juggernaut brings an entire building down on Colossus in a bar fight. In Thor issue 411, Juggernaut fights and completely defeats Thor, the God of Thunder. Finally, in X-Men Unlimited issue 12, Juggernaut fights the cosmic entity that controls his power, Cyttorak, and defeats him too. If Deadpool's been reading these comics, it's no wonder he's such a fan of Kane Marco. And when Deadpool says, quote, "It has always been a dream of mine to see myself reflected in your helmet as you charge at me with murderous intent," well, that's actually happened on the cover of his own book, on Deadpool issue 2. Dreams really do come true. Beyond the comic book reference, there's a very good reason for Deadpool to get excited about fighting the Juggernaut. Much like having a tragic origin or joining the Avengers, fighting the unstoppable force of the Juggernaut is basically a rite of passage in the Marvel Universe. Colossus did it, Thor did it, even Spider-Man has done it. Welcome to the big leagues, Wade Wilson. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.